So once again, Ashes of Creation has been postponed. Let's read through this together and let's talk about why the Alpha 1 for Ashes of Creation was delayed, because I think the actual reason will surprise you. Okay, right at the top, my friends. By the way, this is from Steven. Some recent developments have caused me to re-evaluate our upcoming test schedules and make some necessary adjustments. I'll be moving the NDA release and the June 1st Alpha 1 start date to July. I know this is not ideal and you have no idea how much this pains me to disappoint our community, but it is my responsibility to make these difficult decisions in order to ensure the test is successful. Testing for the 14th of May will come for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with an updated schedule being sent to testers today. I'm going to explain in detail the reasons for this and hope you will understand the need and agree with the benefits of this decision. Pretty straightforward, I think right off the bat. He's just saying like, hey, he doesn't want to delay it. We're all wanting to see the first look at what the game is actually gonna be like, you know? And obviously Alpha 1 is not the final game. Steven has stated several times that Alpha 1 is not meant to be playing the game, but is meant to be a legitimate test where people are required and responsible to give feedback and just to test out functions, not really to play the game. Allow me to first recap the primary purposes and goals of our Alpha 1 testing phase. Now, I'm not gonna read this, but I guess we can just go through. Why don't we just go over the titles? Server deployment and performance testing. Okay, so they want to make sure all their servers are up to snuff. System functionalities and behavior testing in their core state. Node features in their core state. So this is, I'm assuming, sort of the map functionality and how the nodes and land changes based on the state and the decisions of the players. Player character systems in the core state. Okay, so this is all their gathering, the professions, abilities, the crafting, ancillary systems in their core states. The above is not a comprehensive list of everything being tested in the Alpha 1, but it hits the primary points. There are many other data metrics being collected for our approach in the content production pipelines, system definitions, and factoring as well. Not to mention a plethora of technological art implications and optimizations, but you get the gist. This is a very fundamental test that will impact the direction of development post Alpha 1, so you can understand the importance of testing and its need for player participation, attention, and feedback. Yeah, we get it. We understand the importance. Over the last month, several new developments, both internally and externally, hint hint, have led me to err on the side of caution and postpone the NDA release and Alpha 1 dates to July. If it had only been one of these issues, we would have powered through it. So he's gonna list basically 3 issues here. I say 3 because I quickly see first, second, and finally. First, with the inclusion of siege systems and combat background revamp, our internal code lock dates slipped a bit and ate into our QA and optimization timelines. While our feature timelines typically include a 30% padding to account for unknowns, I knew including this for our testing would be cutting it close. I made the call to take the risk due to its benefit for the overall testing period. The siege mechanics now being in place are still going through bug testing before they are ready for the prime time. Oftentimes the bug fixing can really tighten things up pretty quickly, so I gave it until the end of the weekend to evaluate. Suffice it to say, these systems would benefit from another week or 2 testing and bug fixing before being ready to include an Alpha 1. Now, what I got from that paragraph is, yeah, like, we had stuff we still wanted to work on, so we're postponing Alpha 1, which would be good for those things anyway, but this paragraph sort of gave off the hint that he didn't, like, this wasn't really the reason. Second, our timeline for the move back to the studio has been accelerated, and this would have put our move-in dates in the middle of the June test window. That would have been difficult to That would have been a difficult task to juggle for the team, yet we were prepared to do so and had plans in place for how to accomplish this. However, given the other factors of the delay equation, it made more sense to get the move out of the way first and allow our teams to be in the studio together during the testing period. This is their second reason for the delay. Now, obviously, I feel like they could have. Okay, I get it. The transition would have been hard. Like if people are gonna move halfway from their homes to the office halfway through the alpha testing phase, I could see how that could be sort of a hiccup. I mean, I feel like it takes a whole day for me just to uproot all my computers and stuff and haul it over and then plug it in and make sure everything's working and is all set up how I like it. So I get why they would want to delay that, but really I feel like that would just be a 1 day thing. But obviously the whole company would be swamped during this move-in phase, and there's a lot more than just setting up the desks that needs to go on. So like, this is understandable. I still feel like this wouldn't have been a big enough reason to postpone the alpha delay. But let's see what their third reason is. Finally, several new expansion launches for other live games were announced that would have coincided with our test starting June 1st. We estimate roughly 25% of our current testing pool are active players across these titles combined. This fact presents us with forcing our testers to choose between participating in our own testing environment, which will be long and arduous responsibility, or playing an expansion with their friends in other popular titles. As I've outlined earlier, this testing period is an important one. It will require not only participation, but also the attention and feedback from both our testing audience and the broader Ashes of Creation community and general public. Like, when I read this feels like the brunt of the situation. World of Warcraft is coming out with their TBC expansion. This is what I think's going on, okay? I think Blizzard is doing Ashes of Creation a dirty. I think Blizzard didn't have like any pre-announcements. There was no plan for this expansion to come out. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, seemingly rushed even, they're like, okay, TBC expansion's coming out, and it just happens to be the exact same time as Ashes of Creation. Yes, maybe it's like hypothetical and like maybe it can't be proven, but I'm pretty sure Blizzard was full aware of what they were doing to Ashes of Creation. I don't know, that might be giving the Blizzard staff a little bit too much credit, as if they were like aware of this game and as if they were like thinking these things through. If I were Blizzard, it would make perfect sense to launch a new expansion right when this one comes out so that all the attention will be on TBC. 25% of their current testing pool are basically Asmongold's channel and his players, right? So kind of seems like they're cutting the World of Warcraft community some slack. I think that's one of the good reasons for Ashes of Creation, is that they are a small company. They can be flexible with their deadlines. But this is the true reason why they're postponing, is because Blizzard kind of did it dirty, just came out of the blue with an expansion. Coupled with the above facts, media coverage and content creators would have been asked to cover either Alpha 1 for Ashes of Creation or other live launches on June 1st. While the primary purpose of this testing and NDA release is to collect data, gather feedback, and test systems, it is also an opportunity to grow our community, building on the already millions of people who are following our development and participating in the success of the project. I guess I'm just mad at the genre, or like what games have become, right? Because back in the day when you had like an alpha version, people expected it to be buggy and unplayable. We've transitioned from understanding that the Alpha 1 testing phase is supposed to be a mess and terrible, to it being a PR stunt, right? For it to be an advertising section to like drive up the hype for the game. I get it, because Ashes of Creation's in a tough spot. So with the above information, I have made the decision to position our Alpha 1 presentation. It's interesting how it's not like a testing phase or something. It's a presentation now. And testing period in the month of July instead of June. So this is actually mid-July as well. So they're pushing it back a month and a half. If you're already a member of the Alpha 1 testing group, you'll still be testing on May 14th, but this testing will remain under NDA. Additionally, during the month of June, there will be spot tests, stress tests that you'll have an opportunity to participate in. Also, given the delay in our testing schedule, I will be extending our refund policy from 30 days to 90 days going forward for all pre-orders, retroactive from the date that this was released, May 5th, 2021, out of the respect to those who have purchased, anticipating the NDA release for this month. So at least they're doing this, and I feel like a lot of companies won't do this and be like, sorry, you purchased it, we're just putting it back a month. As usual, we will continue to showcase in-game footage during our live streams this month and next with the launch of our content creator program. This will also provide some additional time for those of you who are interested in creating content around Ashes of Creation to prepare. So, I don't know, I don't really feel like I need to prepare for anything other than just accept me into the program and we're ready to go. Again, announcing the delay is not the highlight of my week, but it is my responsibility to protect the project and position ourselves for success. While I will take this on the chin for the next few weeks, if it means a better Alpha 1 presentation with more time for QA. So, a smoother audio, studio move, a better participation and coverage overall for the test, then I think it's the right call. Hope you agree. So yeah, overall, like, it sucks because it sucks for us, but we understand, right? Like, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, but like, it doesn't mean we're happy about it. It doesn't mean that we're happy with how Blizzard just came in last minute, but let me know down in the comments what you think about them pushing back the Alpha 1 testing schedule. Do you think it was actually a good thing, or do you think that they're just doing it so it can be a bigger advertising stunt? Break a leg.